Hi everyone, welcome to this lesson about plugins to install on your WordPress. But before I go in the previous lesson I talked about how to choose SEO friendly theme, and I gave all the steps and guides to it, but I want to now show you how it is done, how I will do it. This is my website, and I have decided that I'm going to use Astra. Astra is a multi-purpose theme. There's a free version of it and there's a premium version of it. So for the course of this lesson, I've decided to choose this and I've opened it in a new tab. Here it is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy. This is the demo. This is the demo of the my preferred theme, right? So I'm going to copy the link, the link here, and then I'm going to go to this measurement tool. So let me start that again. Go to measure. So I'm going to now paste. Notice that there is nothing in there, so I'm going to paste my demo there and then I will run audit. The idea around it is to test if the theme, the performance of the theme, the accessibility, the best practice, and if it is SEO compatible on the scale of 0 to 49, 50 to wow, this is beautiful. So SEO proof, best practice, awesome, accessibility, awesome, performance is also good, but so I can still work with this. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and install this theme. I haven't discovered that it is this compatible, right? So I'm going to go to my WordPress. I'm going to the dashboard and also download the Astra theme. I'm not buying, I want to use the free version. Right, I guess I'll just go to my WordPress dashboard and then so for my WordPress I've come to themes and then I search for, I click on add new, then I search for, oh by the way, see Astra is here. Astra themes. Astra, is it the same? Is it the same? It is the same. So I'm just going to just install it. So you can just go ahead and search for the theme of your choice. I've installed Astra. I'm installing Astra right now. After installing the Astra, I'm going to activate it and also download the demo to my website so it can then be showing on my website, right? I've activated. I'm going to activate it right now. Awesome, it has been activated. So the next thing is I should get started. So you need to do all of this before you go to plugin settings, right? So it's telling me that I should specify, I should select my, for page builder, let me choose PV builder. You can choose any one of it. You can basically just select any one of your choice. So you remember this theme? This was the theme I tested. So I'm just going to click on that, and then I would import the complete site because I love every single thing about the theme. So it's asking me just a guide to install the plugin. To serve more beautiful starter template, we would like to know more about you. I'm a WordPress expert and I build website for clients. My first name and my work email. And then you can also choose to skip it, but in this case I have. So they said they sent me a gift which I'm going to check later. So the theme is importing right now. It's currently being imported. So the idea around this is just to walk you through. So recommendation: anytime for any website that you want to build, before you go ahead to buy a premium theme, try to look for such theme if it is available, for if there's a free version available on WordPress. Now the best thing is that one thing is that majority of the free one, they would always have a premium version, right, that would have more customization, more good things, right? Oh, fantastic. That's it. The importation is done. But before I go ahead, let me just finish what I was saying. So the free version is always built to be compatible with WordPress, and they would always pass this measure test that we took because they are available for free. So they want to make sure that they are in good standard with Google, with everybody, right? But the premium ones, the ones that are made premium themes, oftentimes they are just developed, right, with the belief and understanding that it would work with the latest WordPress version, right? Some of the time you would install and then you run into problem, then you would have to now reach out to their support team, and then their support team will ask you for the login details, and then you give it to them, and then they will fix it. I mean, that's usually. But the good thing there is you have a support team to run to anytime you have issues. But then it depends on the team. The support team system may not be really. The response time may be slow, but overall, the advice is that always use a free theme. Always use a free version of a theme, right? So long as it can do what you want. So don't look for special effigies. It won't do you any good, right? Because I mean, it may haunt you than even delivering. I mean, what's the point of having a beautiful website and nobody visits? It's of no use, right? Or you are spending money for advertisement and then you're not getting any conversion. So please note that. Sorry for that. I'm just going to now go. Let's check our website. Remember the URL is mini SEO setup. Voila. See, everything I imported came in. So all I need to do is now to customize, meaning that I will change the logo. I can decide to change the color from this color to green, change this text here, or replace this image, put my own text here, replace this image. That's basically all I'll be doing. That's basically all I'll be doing, right? It shows, it just gives the details that I need to showcase, use to showcase my. So I am a travel adventure or adventure. I'm into adventure business. I sell trips. You know, I take people to places. Like to cattle ranch, arrange 3 days in Dubai, things like that. This is the perfect team for that, right? You see, in no time I've installed. So, but then in my WordPress course, which is coming very soon, I would teach you how to develop a website like this step by step with no step skipped, right? So you can confidently build a website, so you can also on the side be making money building websites for people, right? And making sure the website is SEO compatible, right? So you're developing website for them, and you're also running SEO services on this side. That's by the way. So now moving straight forward into today's lesson, which is plugins to install for your WordPress website. Now, there are three major plugins that is highly essential, like very, very good, right? One is, let me just quickly pull up plugins. So this theme came with its own plugin and it's been installed, right? So there are three plugins that works well. One is Yoast. Yoast is spelled Yoast. This is it here. Yoast. And another one is Rank Math. I'm going to install the both, but then I will not activate them, right? I will not activate them yet. Yoast is being installed. So Yoast is one of the most popular on-site optimization plugin, right? And then there's also all-in-one all-in-one SEO. This is it, right? If you notice in the number of installation, WordPress has been installed, Yoast has been installed 5 million plus times, and all-in-one SEO has been installed just 2.2 million plus times. Now, the third plugin I was going to recommend to you is Rank Math. Rank Math has only been installed less than a million times. Now, these three plugins, they are good, right? Just that one does more than the other. Yoast gives you option to optimize each of your pages and posts. Each of your pages and posts. And it also gives you like a score in terms of light. So if your page has been well optimized, if it's not well optimized, you will see it will be in red. If it is above average, if it is average, you will see it in yellow. Once it is green, means that it's good to go, right? All-in-one SEO doesn't give you that. It doesn't give you that, right? Rank Math also gives you something similar to that, but then in Rank Math gives you like a a grade over 100%, right? And then it turns green. So I'm going to show you. I'm going to install. So for the case of for this lesson, I'm going to show you both Yoast and Rank Math. I've used the three. For one of my websites, I'm using all-in-one SEO and it's doing great. For another one, I'm using Rank Math and it's doing great. For another one, I'm using Yoast and it's doing great. I have my personal so I have no preference basically. I mean, so for my blog website, I would rather use a rank math because it has more than one functionalities. And what I mean by more functionalities is, say for instance, I have written a lot of blog posts on my website, and for one reason or the other, I decided to edit the URL. Right? All I need to do is to go to a section of rank math that does handles redirection. I would copy the old URL and then instruct the plugin. I mean that okay, this URL should be redirected to this URL, and then I put the new URL. So anytime anybody sees the old URL, once they click on it, it will take them to the new URL. So I will not be losing my visitors to error 404 page. Right? That may be a bit technical. Also in WordPress development, website development course, I'm going to talk more about that. So, but that's my preference. But overall, I use Yoast. I use Yoast, right? So in this case, I'm going to walk us through Yoast, right? So it's been installed. The next thing to do is just to go to settings, right? Just go to settings or general. So once you install it, you will see it on this left panel. Then once it opens, it usually comes with like a guide, sometimes to walk you through some basic setup. It will ask you for your name, your company name, and so on. Right, so it's saying that good job, we could detect no serious SEO problem. you know you see, just installing it is telling me you can speed up your site, get insight into internal link structure by letting us perform a few optimization to the way SEO data is stored. Fantastic. The next thing it says we see that you enabled automatic update of WordPress. We recommend that you do this for Yoast as well. I mean, that's not the problem. So let's start SEO data optimization. Um, it's ongoing. You see that it's automated. That particular process is automated, and that is done. That is done. Now that is not the end of the optimization process, right? We're still, if you remember, we are still installing. We're still installing. If you go to search appearances, so by search appearances, this thing asking, so when anybody sees your website or try to search for your website, how do you want the title to be separated? Sometimes if you check majority of websites, you see guaranteed trust bank, and then you see an hyphen in between, right? Or Wema Bank, the app, blah 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 blah, or Alert by Wema, first fully digital bank, one thing online. So that is where this comes in. All of these are the options that you have. So, but for the case of this, we'll just stick to what has been specified, right? So the next thing is for us to go down, and then knowledge graph schema. This is very good in terms of how our data is being shown in Google search, right? Are we? Is it a one-man business, right? Is it a is it an NGO? You know, those are the things that helps Google to classify who is who, right? So you can change if it's a person, right? If it's a personal website, you just do that, and then you specify your name, you put your logo, and you're done. But hey, this is for a company, so we'll do Giga Lagos training. Let's assume that's our name. Then the next thing is to select the logo that we want to use. And for this course, I'm going to quickly select um, yes. So I just selected that. Uh, Also, how do you upload stuff? I want to believe that you don't know. If you know, if you do not know, that's fine. Now, notice one thing I did. I'm still going to talk more about it. Before I uploaded this image, I didn't check the name. Now I have uploaded it. See the way the name came. Giga Lagos Digital Logo 1. If it was something else, that is exactly how it's going to come. So make sure that every time before you upload, make sure you note the name. If you've uploaded it, the best thing is to delete it, go back, rename it on your desktop, and then upload it back so that it comes natural with the name. Another very important thing is alternative text. I'm still going to talk more about it. So, alternative text is just describing the image that has been uploaded. So, I'll just say, um, Lagos logo without a background. We've described name and stamp. So, and what that does is anytime the logo doesn't show, Google tells can just potentially show people what they should have seen, but they are not seeing. So it makes sense to them, right? So having done that, we click on save. Then we'll move on to the next tab. The next tab is content types. We have posts, show post in search result, meaning that when people search on any of the search engines, we want them to show our posts. Good. Show SEO settings for posts. Yes, meaning that every time you open your post, you want to see the SEO settings. Yes, and we said we'll leave it on. Now, SEO title. This is the structure. This is the structure, and the structure simply means that the title. So, if the title of a particular post is "Who is Obasanjo?" that's a title. Now, the next thing is separator. If you notice, we saw an hyphen. We specified an hyphen, excuse me, in general, right? For title, that's a separator that will be used. Then the site title, which is Giga Lagos, mini SEO setup that we've set it. During installation. During installation, I'm going to talk more about that, and then we now describe the meta, what the page is about. This is metadata, right? Another thing is the schema markup, right? Which gives a bit detailed information about that particular post or page, what it is about, how can it be identified, how can it be categorized? Can it be categorized as an FAQ page, or a medical web page, or real estate listing? So that Google can know where to categorize search, and will not just show it for anybody at any point in time. If it's an article, what kind of article? Is it a tech article? Is it a social media posting article? Is it a news article? Advertising content? Things are changing. So all of these things were not there before. right? But there's been an improvement, and it's continuous improvement, right? So in this case, we'll leave that part because everything is intact. Media means that when people search images, we want them to find the image we're using for our post, and once they click on it, it should redirect them to the post, right? That's also good. We don't need to do anything there. Taxonomy we don't need anything to be done in there. Archives, we do not need anything there as well, right? Um, breadcrumbs, breadcrumbs are like the things that uh, let me quickly show you a sample. I hope there is one here. I hope. Oh, there is none. So the idea is it just tells you where you are from. So we at first before we came here we went to the home page. Then from home we now came to about us. So to have home and about us, right? If we went back to services, right, you just see the channel. So it just tells you where you are from and where you are right now. So you can easily just retrace yourselves backwards, right? So that's what it is. Then RSS, RSS is basically RSS. It keeps the tab of all the things that's happening on your page and all that. So that's that. Then the next thing I want us to do here is, let me see, yes, we'll come back to our general. There is something that we need to do. We need our sitemap. One thing that we will need to do is to connect this website to search engine and to all the tools. But to be able to do that, we need to know, we will need to be sure that this plugin gives us an opportunity to have our sitemap, right? So under features, that's why we see, we just keep scrolling, we keep scrolling. Now we see XML sitemap. If you click on the question mark here, you see the XML sitemap. If we click on that, it should show our sitemap. See, this is our sitemap. The sitemap is the map of your website. Map of your website. You know, where is about us page? Where is contact us page? Where is the FAQ page? That's what the sitemap is. It helps Google to understand the navigation of your website. So it is very, very, very important, right? It is very, very important. So we need to keep that to one side so that when it is time for us to use hmm, I skip my thought. When it is time for us to connect our website to search console, it will be easy and simple, straightforward, right? So having done this, then let's go to integrations. Integration is good. We don't have any integrations. Webmaster tool, you know, like I said, Google is not the only search engines, right? There is Yandex, there is Bing, there is Badu, so there's a lot. But for our sake, we're only used to Google and a bit of Bing. So what this guys offers is the verification. I mean, linking from here. But this is not what we're going to do as, right? This is not what we're going to do as. We've done this. So let's now go. I haven't installed the plugin. Let's now go on to the pages to see how this actually works. How this works. So I go onto all pages, and then I click on about, edit. Let me just quickly do some fine tuning. Right, so this is the About Us page. There's content on there. You remember there's a content from the demo website. There's content there. You can just quickly change it. About Us is always About Us. It's static. There's no need to change it. Um, so I may decide to delete this part and add another content to it, but we don't have that luxury of time. So this is what you would do, what you work on anytime you create a new page or a blog post. Note that, like we said, you need to be sure for each of your page, what do you want the page to rank for? Do you want this page to rank for about mini SEO setup? So that anybody that lands on this page, they have a clear, crisp understanding of what you're talking about. Now, if you remember, I mentioned that it gives you like a warnings in terms of colors. You see, it's saying readability is good. SEO analysis needs improvement. Right? So in this case, let me just put about as the key phrase. So this is the keyword I want this page to rank for. About. I can change to about us. I can change, but then this is the like basic ones, right? And then I now move to other things, which is the title. See this title. It's very important. And what people see is another key element. If you notice, it is about hyphen, meaning this is the title of the website. Well, the name of the page, hyphen the title of the website, right? So, like we mentioned, for every website, you could make sure that your URL has your industry, right? So in this case, SEO is there. So all I need to do is this description, right? Now make sure that I give them a description that is highly compelling and takes people to want to quickly take action. Very important. So in this place I can just say, do you want to get to know us? Do you want to get to about us at Kigali? Kindly head over to the contact us page. Contact us page to leave us a message. Please note some things I'm about to say. The description here has a limit of 160 words. You see, this means that it is almost at 160. Now, your title must not be more than 70 letters, alphabets, space, everything. It must not be one more than that. So also take note that the reason why this is in orange is because the title is slow. It's low. So it's small. That's so it's meant to be 70 words. 70 words. So I'm sure that can be sorted out, right? So we've done that. By the time this turns to green, it will also impact this. Then there are other things that we need to know. So when we look at this particular box, SEO analysis, if you click on this drop down, it will now give you the breakdown of your page in alignment with SEO. It says outbound links. There's no link pointing to any other website. That should be fixed. Internal link, there's no link pointing to another page on our website. Key phrase in introduction, your key phrase or its symptoms do not appear. So at the topmost of our website, after the title is saying we didn't have discussion, the introduction rather. That's another thing. Key density, key phrase density. So for the about or for about, how many times have we used it? Right. This is saying the minimum of 2 times for text of this length. Based on the length that we have, our text is 112. So for this, we can only have our keywords twice in that word. So the next thing is, it also says that key phrase subheading, all of that we're still going to talk about later. Image key phrase, that the image that we use within use our title, our course keyword, right? Meta description length is up to 156 characters are available, so we should make sure that we don't exceed that. The title is too short. It's saying that our current title is too short, right? We can make it longer. That would also be worked on. You see, but every other thing that we did where it says good job, good job, good job, good job, good job, good job. So yes, so that's like the simple walkthrough. Hopefully before the end of this course, I'm also going to take every single thing one by one and then walk you through. Once you do that, make sure to update your WordPress. It is very important, or else it becomes a futile effort, right? So that's simply how to install a plugin on WordPress or of your website. Make sure that every single page and blog post are rightly titled. So let me also go to post. Make sure, just like what we did for the page is exactly the same that we did for the post. We will make sure that the page and post have the right name, the title tag, have the right metadata, links, outbound links and internal links, and so on and so forth. I hope so. In case you have any question, please don't hesitate to click on that support box and leave me a message so I can quickly attend to you. Thank you once again, and I see you in the next lesson. Goodbye.